Hey, welcome to the Goose Riot Bad Movies Podcast. This is episode 8, and it is titled...
The Iceman Cometh.
Yep, it's called The Iceman Cometh. This week we saw Batman and Robin, and it was fantastic.
All right, everyone, chill.
Just so everyone knows, when he says fantastic, he means awful.
Yeah, it was horrible. For starters, I'm Tanner, and with me I have a couple other people.
My name is Chad.
Yeah.
This is Dave.
Josh.
And I am Zach.
And we also have one more with us.
Hunter, 3,500 miles away.
Yep. Say hi, Hunter.
Governor.
Yeah.
I don't think that's your
Just
name.
kidding, it's Hunter.
Josh, you need to wake the fuck up. Stat. You gotta do some sneezes or something.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like a real man.
So...
Go watch some Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah.
So, like every week, we like to watch bad movies and make fun of them. And just for starters, we wanted to break into some Arnold movies.
This was a winner.
It was definitely a winner. So Arnold Schwarzenegger was in this. He's a lesser-known actor. Not many people have heard of him. He's foreign. And I think he was in a movie, Twins?
He's always coming. Always coming.
Always coming.
That's disturbing.
I'm always coming. 24/7, I'm coming. Don't tell me you've never seen that video.
Arnold
I haven't.
Arnold is
What?
numero
he's
uno.
like working out and he's just talking about coming. Like
Speaking
working
of
out for
numero
him is like
uno.
always coming.
That's disgusting.
You noticed that his name was the first in the opening credits?
Yeah.
It was before George Clooney.
Yeah.
Because it should have been.
The bad guy.
That's back when Clunes was a bitch, though.
Yeah.
Well, he was literally
That
the
was
best
back
part
before
of this
Oceans.
movie.
That was back
Arnold?
before
Yeah.
Oceans.
Has never been a bitch. Go fuck yourself, Chad.
He was a bitch before Oceans. Oceans made him.
Yeah, the Clune.
Wholeheartedly disagree.
The Clune is pretty much a bitch, especially in this movie.
I would marry him today.
Too late.
Congratulations.
You're about 2 weeks
That's
too late.
because you're a douchebag.
He's taken. He has a beard already.
Does he have a beard?
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I forget her name,
Yeah,
but
just
he
got
has a
married.
beard.
Apparently, he
Italian
had
chick.
a bet with 2 other actresses. They were both saying that by 50 he'd be married with kids, and apparently he bet them like $25,000 each or something like that. I can't remember the specifics, and I'm not looking it up right now because I don't care that much. But
Yeah.
it was 2 different actresses. He bet them like $25,000 each. That by the time he was 40, he would be married with kids or something like that. And at 40, he sent it back, or 50, he sent it back, and he was like, you know what, double or nothing on the next 10 years. So, because he's like, I'm not worried about it. I don't give a fuck.
Nice.
Real quick, I like how this paper says Chris O'Donnell, NCIS Los Angeles, and Grey's Anatomy. Like, that's all we've got here.
He didn't do much.
That's all we can say about Chris O'Donnell.
He was Robin in this movie.
Who the fuck watches either of those shows?
I don't know.
Lots of people. That's why they
Well-
were so successful.
No.
LL
NCIS Los Angeles?
Cool J fans.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a show until
talk shit about LL
somebody
Cool
said
J.
it. Yeah.
There's the New Orleans one. I found that out the other day.
Why?
NCIS.
Yeah, there's an
Why?
NCIS New Orleans.
That show was
the
very
original.
popular.
The original was, why the fuck do they keep making spin-offs of the same goddamn show?
Because they make so much money doing it.
But who wants
Yeah.
to watch? It's the same fucking thing.
All of them are the same
Oh my
thing.
God.
Every crime drama, it's like, hey, let's sit in like a dimly lit
No,
room for
not
a while,
SVU,
not
bro.
spend much money.
SVU is fucked up. SVU is fucked up.
I
Law and Order.
I haven't watched much of it.
Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds
there's
is
some
amazing.
straight up fucking
We know what
gang rape in
is. You
SVU.
played
S-
it, Chad.
Yeah.
SVU is pretty intense.
Yeah, gang rape.
And Vincent D'Onofrio is pretty much always intense. So, well,
Chris O'Donnell was also in that Musketeers movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
With the soundtrack had that song with
Kiefer
Michael.
Sutherland
with,
was in there too.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Michael Bolton and Bryan Adams.
No,
Best soundtrack of all time.
It was Sting, Rod Stewart, and Bryan Adams. I think there might have been one more too. It wasn't
Michael Bolton was in there.
Chad, you have that in the soundboard?
What? Sting?
I don't think you have it.
Which one?
The Three Musketeers movie
No.
song,
No.
All for Love.
All for love. I don't know that song, but I can try and sing my own version of it with my own words.
So who else was in this?
Anyway,
Alicia Silverstone.
Goddamn.
Fat.
Fuck you. Eat a fucking dick.
So fat.
Wait, did you say fat?
She wasn't fat at all. She was fat with a pH, maybe.
Actually,
She was not
Actually-
fat with a pH. Are you kidding me right now?
they cut a lot of her scenes in this movie because they had a costume made for her, a Batgirl costume for her, and she put on a couple of pounds. So they filmed a
She
bunch
got
of.
fat.
She got fat,
She didn't get fat.
and they had to cut her out because they didn't have a costume that would fit her right.
She didn't get fat.
She didn't get
She got
fat,
so
but she put
fat.
on some weight.
She gained a few pounds,
Yeah.
like all women do. At their that ripe old age.
Who
Whatever
are
it
you?
was. I don't fucking know. I just don't like you guys talking shit about Alicia Silverstone because she was in Clueless, and that was one of the greatest movies ever made.
Fair.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly
Wow.
disagree
That's what
with
we
that.
should do next week.
Let's
Clueless.
Wow.
let's start this a little bit.
Hard pass.
Yeah, let's talk about the movie.
Yeah, I want to start
Oh, do
because
we have
for it.
to?
because we like it opens the movie on man ass, and it's just
Oh god.
Multiple man asses.
yeah,
It's
Chris O'Donnell
glorious.
and George Clooney. It's just like, hey, look at this ass. And
They're putting on their
Um,
costumes
And
but-
latex nipples.
and latex nipples.
but it features ass and
oh
nipples.
yeah,
like
up
that's
close, slow
Ass
ass.
and
And the,
Ass and titties.
Chris O'Donnell goes off onto like these stupid jokes about how he wants a car, and then he gets a motorcycle.
Chicks dig the car.
Yeah,
They really
like
do.
it was really stupid. And then they drive away, but it doesn't really tell you what they're driving to.
They drive down the longest tunnel ever, man. Like, no man has ever made a tunnel this long.
Right.
Ever.
No.
And then
Bruce
all of a
fucking Wayne
sudden,
has.
Yeah, it's a
Commissioner Gordon,
secretive tunnel that
Commissioner
no one
Gordon
knows
goes
about.
into some exposition about how Mr. Freeze is holding hostages at the
Oh, man,
museum.
that was so
Jumps
long and,
right
like,
into it.
painful.
Yeah, it was a really long, painful exposition. Like, how did they even like? So I'm guessing they got a bat signal, but we never saw that. So whatever, it doesn't matter.
They couldn't see it. They're in the tunnel.
My question is, who the fuck keeps hostages at a museum?
Mr. Freeze.
He wanted that
But
diamond, dude.
the
Get
only-
off his dick.
The only hostages they were cops, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Also,
Did you notice that the cops always like fell down like as soon as they pushed him over?
Cops
Well,
are top
do you
heavy.
wanna
Everyone
take?
knows that.
You want to take that big old Mr. Freeze eyes dick in the face? I don't. I wouldn't.
You know who does? Maids.
Yes.
so okay, so
I don't get it, but yes.
like,
He knocked up his maid.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, he did.
Yeah.
Actually, that happened during this movie.
Let's throw in real life into this.
I was probably not paying attention
What?
to that.
Arnold?
Oh, you're talking about in real life.
real life.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
talking about the movie. I'm like, wait.
No.
Mr.
Yeah,
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze was having an affair with his
I don't fucking
maid.
know. I didn't pay that much
His
attention to
little
this
ice
stupid
maid.
ass
Closest
movie.
thing to a maid in this movie was
She drove
Alfred.
a Zamboni around
I
and
don't wanna
cleaned his
see that.
house.
I'd totally watch Arnold get down on some Alfred.
Zamboni, made with Zamboni.
That's how you
I like
clean
that.
Mr. Freeze's house.
I totally like that.
All right.
So it brings me to another part because they're like, they go into this museum to save the hostages because there's so many people in a museum to take hostage.
Yeah, there were like two.
And there's frozen ground, and they're like slipping all over the place. So all of a sudden, they kick their feet together, and they're on ice skates.
Bat skates.
Yeah,
You
like
Insert "Let It Go"
I
reference.
had this question the other day. Why? All this bad shit happening in Gotham all the time. Why don't you just fucking move out of Gotham?
Did you say
know?
bat shit?
No, I said bad shit, but I should have said bad
It's
shit.
not surprising the crime rate is so bad because the government is spending all that money on those giant statues throughout
Yeah.
the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
Giant
a fucking
naked dude
observatory
statues.
on those freaking dudes' hands. That's awesome. I would live there.
That was a pretty ballin' statue.
well, no one lives there. Everyone dies there.
The only cops they can afford are the crappy cops from the observatory.
Well,
Or the
if you were,
museum.
would you sign up to be a cop in there? The only thing I saw
No.
cops do is get held hostage the entire
I
movie,
wouldn't live in Gotham. It's just dumb. What
Yeah.
the fuck? There's no reason to live in
and
Gotham.
everything's like bright neon colors.
Yeah.
There's
But you
no
wouldn't
there was
be
no
invited to
subtlety
live
in this
Gotham.
movie.
I wouldn't?
No.
Then
you
I would say
wouldn't.
thank you to the person sending out invitations because I don't want to fucking
Because
live there.
you think that Alicia Silverstone is skinny, and she's fat.
He didn't say that she's skinny. He just said she's not
She's
fat.
voluptuous.
And anyways,
Touche.
so they start playing hockey
Yeah.
with a diamond, a giant diamond. That like it looks awful. Like it's the worst prop I've ever seen in a movie.
no, it's what helps you make freezy stuff.
And
Freezy fuel.
Yes, apparently diamonds make ice.
right.
Freezy
Yes.
fuel.
That's how it works.
As I like to call it.
Yeah.
And it all ends up with this huge fight with the with Mr. Freeze getting in his rocket and taking off.
Where do you think the urban youth got the term ice for their bling from?
This movie.
It was from this movie.
Yeah. 97, that's when it started.
Yep.
That whole rocket thing was really stupid.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Yeah.
How did he
it
get the
ran up into
rocket?
the air
This
and then,
whole
like,
fucking
flew
movie
down.
was stupid.
He drives his rocket car into the museum and then
Parks it.
parks it, and the rocket takes off straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. Did
And,
he
well-
plan? He's like, okay, Batman's going to show up, and then I'm going to hop in my rocket. And I'm gonna
Okay,
No,
so
no,
what
no,
was his
no,
plan with the whole rocket anyway?
The
though?
rocket was going to blow up Gotham somehow. They don't really explain how.
It's true.
It's
true.
We're obviously not smart
privy
enough
to that information.
to understand the science with this. How one rocket with no explosives in it could destroy an entire city. But Batman snuck onto it, and Robin was holding on from the outside while they were thousands of feet
like
in the air.
15,000 feet in the air. Yes.
Yeah. So, there's this amazing scene where Arnold fights Batman and then ejects and starts flying over the city.
I thought it was interesting that Freeze points his freeze cannon at Batman for like 5 seconds, and all it does is freeze his hands.
Yep. And
Handcuffs.
then,
Right.
But
and,
right before that, he froze like all of the cops with like one little trigger
Yeah.
pop. You know.
Yeah.
and then you get to hear
One
him say
desk pop.
this.
Stay cool, bird boy.
No, that was for Robin.
Oh, that was
Wow,
close.
you're really good with that.
No,
that
I've
was
got one on
close.
here somewhere for it.
Well,
Anyways,
when
so
they're jumping off of the rocket, I also want to point out that Robin pulls a door off and starts surfing in midair.
Well, they both surf for a little bit.
They both surf in midair off of hatches that they blow off of.
You know
the
how thin
rocket.
the air is at 20,000 feet?
You know what's awesome?
I don't think you can surf at 20,000 feet.
That's the most believable part of this movie.
I have another thing about this scene because they are trying to save Gotham from blowing up because this rocket is going to blow up over Gotham. So their solution to keep this rocket from blowing up over Gotham is to blow up the rocket over fucking Gotham.
with bat bombs that he carries on
Bat
him,
bomb,
and
yeah.
that's
Right.
not dangerous at
You
all.
don't take your bat bombs everywhere
Right.
you go.
He's just like, I'm gonna keep this on me. I hope no one has a gun.
I feel like he literally says we can't let this blow up over Gotham. We have to blow it up. Like it's almost the same
Verbatim,
sentence.
yeah.
It's really really awful.
So what was Freeze's plan with the whole rocket, though? Like, he goes straight up, the rocket's going to come back down and blow up, but he jumps out of the rocket and lands in Gotham.
And lands by
Lands
pointing his
back-
gun at the ground and
Yes.
freezing.
Yes.
But somehow it propels him up so he
Yes.
doesn't slam into the ground. I loved it.
Yeah.
There's
The physics on his freeze cannon change every time he uses it.
Yeah, pretty
Like,
much.
There's
Some-
literally zero explanation for everything in this opening.
It just happens.
Like this opening sequence of the Mr. Freeze attack.
Robin falls, 15,000 feet, and then lands with his little surfboard on the side of a building and starts surfing down the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And
And-
doesn't break every bone in his body.
Well, and then they use their little grappling hooks to latch onto stuff. How they don't dislocate their arms every time I've seen them use that grappling
Oh,
hook,
gosh.
it astounds me.
You know
They'll
how
fall down
fast
cliffs and just like, oh, I'm good.
You know how fast that little grappling hook would have to leave their gun, considering how fast they're falling down.
Yeah,
You know how fast that little hook would have to go up to offset their.
I'm not smart enough
I mean,
to know.
it's a
but
physics
we'll-
thing, but you know,
Since they
but physics don't exist in this movie.
since they came from 20,000 feet, they're at terminal velocity.
Exactly.
You know what does exist? Thermodynamics. I learned all about it in this movie.
Congratulations on your PhD.
Thank you.
How you can heat up giant pools of water with a laser pointer
And satellites. But we'll get to that.
satellites.
Oh my god, the laser pointers! I wrote that down. So they all land in the same place miraculously, although they jumped from 20,000 feet.
Yes.
And Mr. Freeze completely freezes Robin, where he could only freeze the hands of Batman.
With the exact same freeze cannon that no longer has any kind of recoil or kickback. It had enough kickback to slow him down in his descent from
From a
you know,
rocket.
I feel like
his terminal velocity descent.
true Bat fans would tell you that Batman's suit is resistant to freeze.
You know, his suit in this movie weighed 90 pounds. It was made of rubber. It
was beautiful.
So is the cape.
So Batman's suit is resistant to freeze, but Robin's is not.
Right. Well, Robin just wears that gay little outfit. Okay, little rainbow colored outfit.
And man panties.
Not
man
in this
panties.
movie. In this movie, he's wearing like a full suit,
It
like
was-
Batman.
It was still pretty
So
out there.
I also want to point out we're spending way too much time on this very beginning of the movie.
But it was so good.
But at one point, Freeze grabs a cop by his arms and throws him like 30 feet up in the air. Right? Y'all see that?
I bet
Arnold can
really
do that
did
in real life,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
He's
but
strong.
then later, he's opening these big giant like vault doors in this furnace or whatever it is. And then Batman comes up and is able to push the door open on top of Freeze.
Batman's also really strong. George Clooney is.
He's yeah, okay, yeah.
The Clune.
They had to actually make him weaker to play his part. So we've got Robin in a big chunk of ice, and Batman again proves his super strength because he picks him up like he's a paperweight. Picks up all of Robin's weight plus all the ice that's surrounding Robin,
Once again, George Clooney's very strong. That's
And-
how he manages to
and drops him into the little water
handle
pool.
the handsome.
In Gotham, ice doesn't weigh anything.
That's true. That's
No.
true. Yeah. Good call.
But you can tear straight through a monument by just putting some ice on the outside of it, if you've noticed that.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Yeah, because everything breaks.
So
easy
you
when
should
freeze
discuss
it.
the laser pointer heater, Zach.
well, because my big thing about the laser pointer heater was at the end.
Well, he uses it right here. He
Right.
follows Robin with a laser pointer heater.
By pointing it into a pool.
So
He
Yes.
drops ice cube Robin into a pool to kind of,
Like a 2,000-gallon tank.
yeah, like a thing of sweet tea, and he just heats the whole thing up
Thing of
with
sweet tea?
that's what you do. You put some ice in there.
How would you have proposed to thaw him on the go?
Um,
I don't know why you're
Microwave.
I don't know why you're questioning Bruce fucking Wayne, billionaire, genius.
and
Bruce fucking Wayne.
one other thing we forgot while they're air surfing, Chris O'Donnell does this homage to the Ninja
Oh,
Turtles.
yeah.
Cowabunga!
And he yells
Cowabunga.
"Cowabunga," and it was really awful, and it upset me, and I just didn't know why it was happening.
and it was about a decade after the Ninja Turtles were
Yeah.
popular,
Right.
before they got popular again. But yeah.
COD's a little bitch. Is that his name? Yeah, COD.
Yeah. Anyways, Batman has to choose to save Robin over chasing Mr. Freeze, and does. So we'll
which I wouldn't do.
I like
Right.
how you have on this
Leave him-
paper
just
Uma
leave him.
Thurman, slut.
We
Well,
did
that's-
just gloss over that point.
I will.
We're getting back to it
getting there
again in
because
just a
I wrote
second
that
here.
down in her scene.
Yeah.
Slut.
So that's where we move on from here, right?
Yeah, that's what happened next.
You're
You're introduced to her character, and as well as.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Are
seriously.
you fucking over Uma fucking Thurman, and you're talking about Alicia Silverstone being fat?
Wait, was that
Get
good?
the
Mm?
fuck out of here! Yeah,
I thought that was
a
like a
good,
sick, like I might vomit.
no.
You're right, Tanner.
He was lusting over Uma fucking Thurman.
No, disagree.
You were, or you were not.
I was not lusting over
Oh.
Uma Thurman.
it
Thank
sounded
God.
like that to me as well.
Yeah, I thought you were over here getting chubbed up.
Oh gosh,
I am chubbed up, but it's not because of Uma Thurman.
that's because he
Oh, it's
hears
'cause
us.
of Alicia
it's Alicia
Silverstone.
Silverstone. Yeah,
Get it.
we get it.
So you're introduced to her character. She's a botanist. Blah blah blah. She loves plants and hates people, and she wants to save the world. Mother Nature. Crap. Basically, she
Fucking
shops at
hippie
Whole
bullshit.
Foods and Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
That's the type of person. Picture that person. It's her.
Like fucking
She
Birkenstocks.
hugs trees on the weekends.
Yeah,
So she sees Dr. Is that the right name? Dr. Woodrow?
something like that. Yeah.
Something
She
like
said
that.
like Gilgamesh or something.
No, I
Something
don't know.
weird. I don't
Creating Bane.
know. It wasn't worth rewinding for me.
This is
so.
Bane's
yeah.
father,
Yeah.
and you can't even get the name right.
Is it Bane's father?
More or less.
I don't think so.
He
creator
created
of
Bane.
He
Bane is a criminal.
Yeah, but
Yes.
when I
We
say it's
understand.
his father, I mean like Dr. Frankenstein. You know, the monster was his.
It's his father in the
Creation,
sense
yeah.
that Bane is a new creation.
He's
The
the creator.
only funny thing about that little scene was that he basically said, "Yeah, I'm plugging in steroids and toxins into this guy." He literally said toxins, and it's like, "Oh, that's how you get
Yeah,
big
toxins.
and super strong."
But he's using her research.
Haven't you ever seen The
Yes.
Secret World of Alex Mack? Or Secret Life of Alex Mack? I don't remember what that show was called.
No, I was a boy in the 90s.
It was where they spilled that drum of toxic waste, and she became like she had all these powers, but the company was out to get her.
She was so hot. So
she was
I
hot as
definitely
fuck,
watched
right?
that show.
Exactly.
really.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. You're probably over here watching American Gladiator, with dudes with cod pieces up in everyone's faces. You're like,
Mm.
ooh, look at that dick. I want it in my mouth.
I wanted to shoot those Nerf guns on
Yeah.
that show so bad.
Nerf guns.
Yeah, that's right. I am talking about what you think I am.
Talking about loads in dudes' mouths.
Pretty much.
So Bane's, I mean, not to get you guys off topic here, but Bane's father refers to him as the ideal killing machine. However, at the end of the movie, all they got to do is kick the little hose out of the back of his head, and he's dead. That's
yeah,
it.
pretty much.
The end.
Yeah.
He really doesn't.
He doesn't do anything.
He doesn't do anything in this entire movie. He drives around. He's a chauffeur.
He helps redecorate her little house thing.
Yeah, and I mean, he really doesn't add
Not
much.
a big part
He
to
grunts
play.
a lot. I remember that.
He calls him. He also says he's the bane of humanity. That's how he gets his name.
Oh yeah. So basically, crap goes wrong.
She
Oh.
gets pissed.
I did
Yeah.
put a quote in my notes here. He calls, the doctor or whatever, Dr. Woodrow, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Says, "Turbo, show off for daddy."
that's really creepy.
I didn't even know what to say about that.
Yeah. So anyway, Uma Thurman finds out that, he's been using her research and kind of abusing her as a researcher. And he tries to kill her?
Right. By shoving her over a table.
Yeah, that's how you kill people in Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what happens is he spills chemicals on her. She goes away for a little
The
while.
earth
and comes
swallows
back.
her.
Yeah.
And there were
She
snakes
fall-
too.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
snakes there. It was all venom and plant, good stuff. All of her research. So Mother Nature / the earth sucked her up.
Connected.
It was awful.
So she comes back essentially, and
As a super slut.
I don't remember who mentioned it, but someone said that what is it? Let me find the quote. That the pheromones had a slutifying effect on her.
That would be me. You're welcome for that.
Yeah, here it is. Animal toxins had a slutifying effect on her,
That's a word. Feel free to use that.
which it totally did. She became a slut, and she says that her blood is replaced by aloe, and her saliva is replaced by venom or something, and she kisses Dr. Woodrow, and he dies.
The
Poison
plants
kisses.
filled up her lips, and then she kisses the dude and says, "With venom," and he dies.
Mm,
Yeah.
I also learned a lot about biology as well as
absolutely.
Yeah.
Plant
Botany.
biology.
Yeah.
How plants can intermix with humans.
What'd you think about that scene, Hunter?
I thought it was hot.
So wait a second. I'm very fucking confused right now.
I thought the doctor was hot.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he was okay. That
I
makes
think
more
he did
sense
work
coming
out.
from you.
So, and here's part of the next part of the movie I really didn't understand. So she kills the doctor and she's like smashing up the lab, and she finds a beaker that has
Wayne Industries.
on it.
Wayne Enterprises.
Excuse me for mispronouncing there, for misspeaking there. I need to know the name of this company. You're a douche.
As a nerd, you probably should, but I don't either.
Nerd alert.
So then she's like, "Oh, well, I'll go to see Bruce Wayne." Like, what was
Bruce
the
Wayne was their funding guy.
Oh.
He bankrolled their whole operation. He stopped.
And
That's
he
what
cut
made
the
this
funding.
doctor. Yeah, he decided to cut the funding because this doctor guy was insane.
See, I didn't piece that
Yeah,
together.
yeah. Well, I mean,
That
you
was
didn't miss
explained
much.
later
Yeah,
on.
when she went to the opening of the observatory or whatever,
Which
she-
happened next?
Right. She basically came up to him and was like, "Yo, dog, I need some money, or I need Wayne Industries to stop polluting the earth. I got a list of shit you can do to stop fucking up my planet." And Wayne was like, "Nah, son, fuck that. Fuck
Yeah.
that, son."
That's right.
Yeah, he shut her down pretty hard.
GMOs and shit.
Yeah, and didn't she blow her magic fairy dust bullshit everywhere?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That was like
She hasn't learned that trick.
a scene later,
Oh.
or 2 scenes. I don't remember
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, we
It was the next pointless scene.
Pretty much.
I think aren't we? We're missing something that I want to talk about.
Bane.
Did miss the
Did
car
we talk
chase.
about
Is that what you're
Bane?
talking about?
I'm talking about why Mr. Freeze is looking for all these diamonds. We sort of touched on it.
Because
And
he
then-
wants to be blingy as fuck, dog.
That's really not it. And it shows his wife in this scene. So it's all about him saving his wife. and he needs these diamonds for some sort of energy, or
Well, the
'cause they're
diamonds are
forever.
powering the lasers that cool his suit.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Diamonds are forever.
Well, it involves his research, right? He's trying to save his wife.
I think it's more. I think he developed the science of the diamonds cooling down his suit because that's what he has to have to survive. And now he's just using the diamonds as a means to freeze Gotham and then blackmail them for, billions of dollars to finish his research.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally, absolutely.
As much as the rest of the movie.
And it shows his wife, and it says that she is frozen, but she is in water
Yes.
that has
Yes.
bubbles, and the
Yes.
bubbles are very important. So we'll get back to that later. So they go through the whole scene where she confronts Bruce Wayne, and then there's the auction where they're auctioning off the diamond.
Well, Bruce is like, he's like, I'm gonna lure out Mr. Freeze, and to do that, I'm gonna hold a diamond auction because that's
I'm going to put millions or hundreds of innocent people in harm's way.
pretty
Yeah.
much just
Bruce Wayne don't give a fuck.
He doesn't. He's like, it's Gotham. Millions of people die here every day. It's fine. What's 100? And
Did you notice that you can't really die from Mr. Freeze? I
It's
mean,
true.
you could be frozen for 11 minutes and then throw your ass out.
Yeah.
pretty much? Yeah.
That's if you get thawed out. What if you don't get thawed
Yeah,
out?
not everyone carries a laser like that. With
We
them.
wouldn't know because it never happened.
Well, it's okay because you can just. Well, we'll get to that.
That
It was
is also-
interesting at the end of this little part where Batman tells Commissioner Gordon, you have 11 minutes to thaw these people out. Rather than pull out his little magic laser pointer again, he says, hey, cops, go thaw these people out because, they're used to doing that kind of stuff.
Hope you have a hairdryer.
They need to do
Yeah.
something usful.
Yeah, they're
Rather than
clearly
getting
not.
thrown across the room by Freeze a little more.
They're not taking care of crime in Gotham. So
Yeah.
so they have an
We
auction.
need to discuss the rainforest auction, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had
That
this
was
auction.
weird.
It was a weird scene where they're bidding on. There's
I thought the dancing was ridiculous
Yeah.
to start with.
Well, they bring out, there was dancing to start with, this
Yeah.
huge dancing scene, and then
This
they bring
African drum number with people swinging from vines and all this other crap.
right. It's like
dancing people in gorilla suits.
it's like George of the Jungle, but it's a party for millionaires.
Well, the gorilla suits were actually the bad guys.
Right. It turns
It was
out.
Ivy and Bane.
But they were still there in
Right.
the gorilla suits.
But
Yeah.
they start dancing after they try and start auctioning off this
Yeah.
diamond.
yeah.
But she interrupts everything, and that's when she blows her pheromones on everyone.
Slut dust is.
Slut dust, yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. It
Did
makes
you notice in
everyone
this
wanna-
auction, they're auctioning off these girls and I guess the diamond as well?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
These rich guys who are
that-
all.
Did you notice the
bidding
rich
on
guys
chicks?
don't know how to do an auction?
Yeah.
Because they bid, okay, 10,000 on girl number 1. Okay, I'll bid 20,000 on girl number 2. You could have just bid 10,000 on girl number 2.
Yeah.
Maybe he
Yeah.
really wanted her.
And then the
Yeah,
next
but
guy's
he could've spent
30,000, 50,000.
Yeah.
All of them could have spent $10,000 on each individual girl, and you would have saved a lot of money.
They got money. They're all about blinging Gotham.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite part is when Batman and Robin are trying to outbid each other.
On Ivy when she shows up with her slut dust.
Right, and she says that she's going to auction herself off with the diamond. And eventually Batman gets to $5 or $6 million and pulls out his Batman credit card.
Robin's
Ka-ching.
Robin's over here trying to outbid him. Robin's like $6 million. And Batman's like, you don't have $6 million. I'll borrow it from you.
What doesn't make sense, though, is that
Wait, what
Batman
does make sense?
got caught on her pheromones, but then later on in the movie, when she blew her slut dust, he was totally immune to it.
Yeah, he was blocking his nose.
Obviously.
He didn't block his nose.
Oh, I'm just assuming.
He just built up a tolerance,
he's a smart motherfucker.
I mean, I think
You know,
they figured it out. Like Robin had the
You know what
rubber lips and everything.
You know what he
so-
did?
What's
He
that?
pulled the first date masturbate trick.
It's
it's
like
where you beat it before you go out, and then you make better decisions the rest of the night because it's already taken care of.
the first time you do cocaine, you need less cocaine than the second time you do cocaine. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Really?
It's like cocaine.
Hell of a drug.
So, and one more thing I want to point out here: when Batman, it's one of the little tidbits of information I found when doing some research for this movie. When he pulls out his card, the expiration date it's a Batman credit card.
Yes. I feel like the forms that he would have to fill out to register for a credit card would defeat the purpose of his hidden identity. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
The expiration date says forever on it.
Oh.
I see what they did there.
Batman
But
forever.
I mean, it worked. But it doesn't. That means it's always expired. That's literally what that means.
Yeah.
If you want it to mean what they
You're
actually
right.
want it to mean,
They should have said
it would
never.
say never.
Yeah, never expires instead of
Nah.
forever expiring. Yeah.
Saying forever literally means that you can never use that card, which is a paper trail back to you, and you're trying to maintain anonymity.
Yeah.
What the
Anyway.
fuck would you buy on that card?
Poison
Batmobiles,
ivy.
They ain't
Yeah,
cheap, man.
About to say chicks, apparently.
So anyway,
I do like, but we also need to point out that it had its own sound effect when he pulled it out.
it did.
It had a cash register sound effect built into the Forever card.
Yep.
Ka-ching.
And so anyway, Freeze
Never
shows
leave home
up.
without it.
Yeah. Freeze shows up,
It's a hell of a credit limit.
takes the diamond, and Ivy's like, "Oh, blow my slut dust on you," and he's like, "It doesn't work on me."
Yeah, I have the quote right here.
Okay, go for it.
Chad probably has an audio clip, but he's too
Fair.
busy Facebooking.
When he
have
comes
that.
in, is when
I
he
only
does
have
the "All
audio.
right, everyone, chill." That's this scene.
Yes.
But the one specifically that I liked is she blows the fairy dust on him, the pheromone dust, and he says, "Pheromone dust doesn't work on the cold-hearted."
Yeah, I don't have
Oh, nailed it.
I do have this one though.
So bad.
Tonight's forecast. A freeze is coming.
Yeah.
So this is where there was the whole car chase down like the statue.
It's amazing how he can always get his car to the top of these buildings to
Yeah.
have these parties in.
He's very mobile with that thing.
And after Mr. Freeze has like stolen what he needed and bounced, Poison Ivy calls him a god.
Yeah.
So that's not a man, that's a god.
She wants to ride that dick. That big old
Exactly.
blue Smurf dick.
So sorry I interrupted. Go ahead.
It'd be cold like a pickle.
No, no.
Like a cucumber. Like a frozen cucumber.
Oh gosh. So anyway, they're getting away. They're literally riding their cars, and Robin's on a motorcycle going down this statue. They're coming to a jump, and rather than Batman's like, "Robin, you can't make this jump on your bike. You're a pussy." And Robin's like, "I can do it." So to save him, he shuts off the motorcycle as he's flying down this statue. It's like,
Toward
no,
a cliff.
you'll be much safer if I just turn it off and you glide down. But, he can defy physics, so it's okay.
Yes. Fortunately, he stops on the thumb of the statue and doesn't fall off.
Well, apparently this bike has no neutral because it makes him crash.
Yeah.
Engine turns off, he's sliding. That's it.
Yeah. And long story short with this awful scene, basically Batman arrests Mr. Freeze and puts him in Arkham.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, oh gosh, I
You
lost.
got to stay in the cold zone.
Yeah, and when Mr. Freeze is in jail, they have a cold beam that just shines on the bed.
Yes, because apparently lights make cold as well as diamonds.
Yep.
Yes.
This is where Jesse the Body makes his appearance and says, "Welcome home, Frostface."
Two governors in one movie.
Right
What are
before
the odds?
Poison Ivy
6
shows
to
up.
midnight.
What was he? What state was Jesse the Body?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah. Weird.
Well,
Minnesota.
and then after you see him in jail, that's when Robin.
Rick Scott shows up.
Yes.
Voldemort's not in this movie. It's a different movie.
Well, that's when Robin finds out that Alicia Silver.
Hot piece of ass.
Yeah, where he
Fatty
finds out she's
McFatterson.
stealing the bike and she's taking it out racing.
Yeah.
And he basically there's a bike race scene in this.
I
Okay,
made a
Gotham
note.
is the weirdest place ever.
Yeah,
I made a note on the wardrobe of the scene where Alicia Silverstone comes in because
This will be the point that I fell asleep.
Aha.
can't blame you.
Chris O'Donnell is wearing a white T-shirt, like a plain white T-shirt with a black vest over it.
cute.
And George
Danny
Clooney
Zuko.
is wearing a turtleneck. It is the most fashion-forward scene I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Y'all don't fuck with Clooney's fucking.
And did anyone else
Swag
notice
game.
that he had a different amount of gray hair in every scene?
Yeah, yeah.
did
He
not
was
notice
definitely dyeing it.
Yeah, he was
every
dyeing
day.
it salt and pepper.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that it started with him having dark hair, and he purposefully dyed it salt and pepper.
Yeah. So she's stealing Robin's bike and going out racing, and he follows her and saves her during a dangerous bike race.
This is where Coolio makes his appearance.
It is where Coolio's organizing
It
the
was
races.
a fucking gangster's paradise.
Still don't know how you have Coolio in a movie with Dr. Freeze and they don't ever meet up. Mr.
is
Freeze.
Dr.
excuse me.
Freeze?
Mr. Freeze.
I guess
was
he
a
was a
doctor.
doctor. too.
Governor Freeze. I don't
He
know.
was a doctor.
Yeah, he was a doctor, so
Yeah.
you're good.
But that's not his moniker. But
I mean, it is Mr. Freeze. I misspoke.
Yeah, and then after he saves her during the bike race, she's like, "Alfred's dying." It's like that really came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, why are you just throwing that out there?
she said Alfred's sick, and Bruce Wayne said Alfred is dying, but he had no justification for it. He just said that he could tell.
He's been
Yeah.
around a lot of death. I think
Like-
he knows.
I can tell Alfred's dying.
You could tell from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he was all
he was
hobbling
struggling
around.
a little bit.
Well, he's old. Did you see
Strokey
him?
old fuck.
I can't tell if that was like good acting or part of the
It
movie.
was a little both.
Or
That unibrow dog.
Shit on point.
so Ivy goes and breaks out Mr. Freeze out of prison, and actually they get while they're going about this, they can't find a way out of the cell, so he freezes pipes and it blows the wall open somehow.
Second movie in a row where pipes have been frozen.
Yes, Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't blow up walls in Mario though.
Let it go, dog.
So Ivy and Mr. Freeze team up, and this is when Alicia Silverstone finds out that she's like,
I'm pregnant.
no.
No.
Well, here I have to mention
Alfred,
something
baby.
first.
I'm skipping stuff.
Because part of them teaming up, Poison Ivy says that she can be the only woman around.
Yep.
It's a one-woman show. So she goes to kill Mr. Freeze's wife, and the way she does this is by turning off the bubbles.
She unplugs her aerator.
like no more bubbles, you're dead. You're not
Yeah.
frozen anymore because there's no bubbles in your water.
There's no bubbles in the water. It's obviously too hot.
So
That's how it always works, right?
Yeah.
Like so
That's
awful.
not backwards at all.
And
no.
then she lies and tells Mr. Freeze that
Batman.
Batman did it.
That Batman did it.
Poor guy gets everything blamed on him.
Yeah,
So-
seriously.
Barbara, which is Alicia Silverstone, finds is typing in passwords to Alfred's.
Well, Alfred
computer.
gave her this CD in a locked case or something to pass on to his brother, and she's trying to break into it. And I wrote down this too. When she's trying to find the password to access the CD-ROM, the first one she tries is Alfred. I'm like, that is the dumbest shit ever. Like
Not
who?
really.
Your passwords
Back-
aren't your name?
Back in 1997, people used their names for their passwords all the time. Like, that was a big thing back then.
Oh, I
If people
found
weren't-
I found a problem with this scene
No.
because
There was no monitor
the
cable
picture
coming out of the back of
her
the computer.
mother. No.
It was a
The
TV, by the
picture
way.
of her mother did not have Love Peg on it
Uh-oh.
when they first looked at it,
I did not notice that.
and then when she glanced back at it, it said Love Peg.
You know, I've never gotten anything from my mom where she signed it with her first name.
Well, she sent that to Alfred, though.
Yes.
Wait, why hasn't your mom sent any, like, cards? and
Because I
stuff?
don't call my mom by her first name.
Oh, she was like,
Says
Mom.
Don't
love
worry, my mom
Mom.
hasn't signed anything
not
either to me.
Love Lisa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because she's dead.
Yeah.
So,
Touche.
so anyway,
Yourself.
very.
Do you want to go over what their evil plot is real quick?
Hold on.
Go
Does it
for it.
really matter?
Before we get past this, the computer, air quotes, that she was using, it wasn't a computer. It was a television that they were using for this scene because there weren't. For some reason, I was paying attention to the cables that were hooked up
It's
to the
'cause you're a
back of
dork,
it.
that's
I
why.
guess I just noticed that there were no there was no monitor cables or any cables. It was just a power cord and whatever kind of input they were using. It was retarded. Anyways, continue.
Really? Okay.
That was it. We stopped it for that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we don't need to go to the evil plot. We sort of should, because that's kind of what
I guess
like
that
they're
is-
going
What is
into
Ivy
before the Alicia
Freeze's
Silverstone.
plot?
Like they literally want to freeze over the world. And
We didn't really
then-
talk about the suit up scene with Silverstone, did we?
We're not
getting
there
there.
yet.
We're
Like
getting there.
they're actually like trying to destroy the world first, right?
They're freezing things.
I'm holding
Right.
back this full-on
They want him to
semi-rager.
freeze the world.
and be the only
and-
2 people left.
Right. And then he says, yeah, like she's like pitching this plan, freeze the world, and then her plants will take over. And his response is, yes, Adam and evil.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Wow. Something just occurred to me though. He's looking for all this money to do his research. Who's he going to give the money to if they're all dead?
Yeah.
It doesn't,
Well,
it
his
doesn't
wife
matter.
was already.
Not
This is
Gotham.
after his
Oh, that's
wife
true,
is
that's true.
dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she's like, oh,
Research is
Batman
over. Yeah.
killed your wife. And he was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to
They would
pull out
have
his heart
the
and freeze it.
ugliest children ever. They would have their kids would look like Carrot Top. Like
Well, he's
that's
blue
how
and
ugly
she's
they would
red.
be.
You got little purple babies.
No, they're just the actors and actresses.
Okay.
They're
I don't
ugly
think
people.
she's a ginger in real life, though.
No.
Her
Oh, I think you're breaking up a little bit.
A little bandwidth issue here.
and Paul Shore would make the ugliest children.
Okay.
Sure,
yeah.
it's really ugly.
I'm pretty sure Pauly Shore and anyone would make the ugliest children. He is not a pretty man.
So you find out they're gonna freeze the planet and try and kill everybody, and they're gonna be the last 2 alive. And then
So romantic.
we go to this computer scene where she's trying to guess the password, and she finds out that Alfred actually left it to her, and like he knew she would find it, and he had made her a suit. It was this Batgirl suit that somehow exactly fits her body shape, which
God
leads
damn,
me.
it was perfect.
I have some questions about that. He is an old man and related to her.
He knew what's up.
How does he know her exact? There is some
Exact
creepy
measurements.
Uncle
stuff
Alfie
going on there.
Uncle Alfie knew.
He programmed his brain algorithms into the Bat computer. That's how we knew.
So why did he have such a problem with her going out and riding the bikes, and she had to sneak out and everything like that, if he's just going to make her a bat suit?
Apparently,
She
he
still
knew
needs
that
to
she
listen,
was he knew that she was a dishonest person and that she would hack into the disk. I don't know.
Yeah.
So she's a computer genius, apparently, who can redirect satellites with a computer that she's never seen before.
Yep.
I'm sorry,
Or
I'm
TV.
spoiling. I apologize.
Yeah.
But
Getting ahead of us.
That's
the
that
only
UK
way she can
education.
figure out a way into the disk is to guess his password.
Yep.
Yeah. Repeatedly, there was no like limit
From the
on
TV
how many
with no
times she
wires
could guess
plugged
it
into
either.
it. Yeah.
Fucking brute force, son. You have to understand, this was 1997. That was legitimate.
Yeah, you're
Oh gosh.
There were no captures in 1997.
Yeah, I gotta get that caption.
I love I love it how the computer talks back to her also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
But it's
level
and it's
shit.
like access denied, access denied, and then it's like
Access granted.
It's like, ooh, dirty computer.
This was Alfie's computer, bro. He knew what was up. That old man was going dick deep on some porn. That was that dial-up shit. Well, fuck, Bruce Wayne probably had broadband in 97.
Captain Stab.
Bruce Wayne was the internet in
Yeah.
97.
He was Google.
So right around this time is when I got really mad.
Because you were still watching
You
the
waited
movie.
till now?
It was
Bruce Wayne and Chris O'Donnell are talking about like,
Ivy.
they're like fighting over poison ivy because they both want to dick that down like real hard.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tell us about
Bruce-
that Dick You Down Club, Hunter.
please don't tell us about that. We
The
want to
Dick
talk.
Master,
I
the
wanna talk
Wish
about this.
Master, and the Lick Master.
And I don't ever want to talk about Zane again, like ever in my life. So this is about puns, though, like a dick pun, because when Bruce Wayne is trying to calm down Chris O'Donnell, he literally says, "She wants to kill you, Dick," and it's the worst pun, and it makes me really, really upset.
well, that's his name.
I understand it's
Okay.
a pun. That's why he said it like that.
All right, gotcha.
It literally
I didn't
means
even
three
catch
things,
that.
and that's what a pun is.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Please
what a
tell
pun
me
is?
more.
You're welcome.
I didn't know what a pun was. Fuck.
Yeah. So anyway,
I didn't know what a pun was. I mean, I feel like
Punny.
I got like.
Apparently Tanner doesn't because he said that's his name. I understand that's his name. It
I was
also
just
has
making
two other meanings.
sure you get it.
That's why it's the
What's
pun.
the
That's why it
third
made me
meaning?
mad.
I don't understand. What's the third meaning? I understand his name is Dick. He is a dick.
Kick some ice.
That's the example of a pun.
It's a penis.
Like instead of ass, he said ice, so it was like he's gonna kick some ice. Do you get it?
Okay. Yeah.
a dick is also
Yeah, I
a
get
penis.
what you're saying, but he said there's 3 meanings.
A penis.
Are we really going to discuss
What about
one
this
line of the movie in
What
this
about
depth?
What about this one?
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Anyway, so after they have that conversation, they go to confront
a
her.
penis. I get it.
I hate you. So they go to confront Ivy, and Robin's all like sitting right next to her, and he's like,
He's talking. Okay, he's talking about how he's like in love with her, but he needs a sign. This is one of my favorite lines in the movie. This is a pun that I liked.
I was about to say, here comes another pun. Yeah.
Yep. He said, "I need a sign," and she says, "How about slippery when wet?"
really.
Oh, I thought you were
Really
gonna say,
awful.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say when Robin says, "I need to know you've turned a new leaf."
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same time. It's the
Yeah.
same time. He
Same
says, "I need to know you turn a new leaf.
Yeah.
I need a sign," and she says, "How about slippery when wet?"
So she basically tells him their whole plan, and then in exchange, he has to kiss her. So he kisses her, and she's like, "Ha! I'm gonna kill you now because of the poison." And he pulls off his rubber lips.
And says, bitch, please.
Yeah, pretty much. And after he pulls it off, he stays right next to her. It's like, just lean over and kiss him again. Like, it was so stupid.
Well, he pulls off the top lip, but leaves the bottom lip on. What happens if he licks his lip in like 10 minutes? You're dead. That's it.
Yeah. And
'Cause then
that's
she throws him in the water, and like I feel like at some point his 2 lips could have touched, and he's dead. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's when Batman comes in and she ties him up with vines, and he has a saw, which is very convenient.
His bat
He has a bat
zip
belt.
saw. Yeah.
Another
Belt with tons of
pun.
tools on them.
She says, "My vines have a crush on you,"
Oh yes.
but they never actually crush him.
No, they just
Like they
kinda
do
tie him
nothing of the sort, and
Yeah.
they just tie
Wrap
him
him
up.
up. It's a minor inconvenience.
Up. Nah,
Yeah.
slows him down a little. And then once they're both in trouble, Batgirl comes to save them.
Girl power.
Yeah. Which the slut magic apparently didn't work on her. You know,
I wish it did. That would have been a scene.
still Uma
Those
Thurman.
those fat gans got in the way.
God damn it.
So, and here's one thing that bothered me about this part of the movie. All of the sudden, all of them are in matching ice, like black and silver costumes.
Yes, which is different from the costume that Alfred made for her originally. So he actually made 2 costumes and just assumed that she would need an ice costume.
Maybe it's like a Coors Light can.
Yeah,
It changes color when it's cold.
Yeah.
Can you guys explain to me the whole
No.
Curie,
probably not.
the Curie ice liquid shit that Mr. Freeze had? Like why was that a cure? I fell asleep during that
We're
part.
we're really getting
we haven't gotten there
way
yet.
Yeah, I don't
ahead.
care. I'm just thinking
We'll
right
get
now.
there.
I'm
Save it.
I wrote something down about that as well.
Yeah.
So let's get through this scene and then we'll talk about
This
that.
movie's so fucking long.
It's so
It was
long.
over 2 hours.
It was, 2
so-
hours plus, and it needed to be 90 minutes
Yeah.
max.
Max.
So what I didn't understand about this scene is why the plant ate her. Why did her plant eat her?
Because it had been
That's a
nice to
good
her.
question.
This is Poison Ivy.
She was sitting in it 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and,
then
then all
the
of a
next
sudden
time
it
she
just
goes
eats
in it-
her.
Yeah, she's screwed. That's it.
Motherfucker got hungry.
Exactly. So, and that made no sense.
Didn't eat Robin. It only ate her. That's,
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how she. Well, I
was
guess
her demise.
Well, yeah.
And then, why wasn't Bane with her? Why was Bane with Freeze?
Because
I
that
don't
was
understand that.
that was
teamed
the
up.
plan. Her plan was to lure Robin
Oh,
there
that's
and
right,
kill
that's right,
him. So and Bane went with.
I feel like I was probably
Maybe he
snoozing
likes
through
that
part.
pickled dick too.
Yeah, maybe so.
Hmm.
So this is where Mr. Freeze figures out like his final plan, and like he sees that he can use the telescope to freeze Gotham, and he can use his he can use his diamonds and mix with the crystals and freeze everything.
That's how diamonds work.
Absolutely.
So Batman, Robin, and Batgirl go in and try and stop him from freezing everything. And go ahead.
So this is where Batman uses his bat heaters, which he'd never shown before. And he starts to thaw out the telescope. But they see that the reflecting mirrors that they're going to use to deflect the sun from the Congo to thaw Gotham. They're like, oh, the mirrors are frozen, so they go to thaw out these huge mirrors with the laser pointers again.
Yeah. But they couldn't use the laser pointers from a point of safety. They had to crawl out way out onto the telescope and then use the laser pointers.
Right.
Because it apparently matters how far away you are with the laser pointers, but it doesn't matter for the sun reflecting off the satellites.
No, not
you can
at
do that as far as you want.
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze waits until they've thawed out before he knocks them off the cliff. Which makes no sense. I don't know
That was
why
very
he would let
nice of
them-
him.
Yeah, I don't know why he would let them do that.
Yeah.
And then
The same reason he didn't freeze Batman when he froze Robin.
right.
Kill you next time kind of thing.
And then he and Batman have a fight. And this fight ended up with another thing that made me really angry because I thought it was so stupid. Like Batman ended up upside down on the telescope that was swinging around, and he put his arms together like he was a bat for no reason.
Why'd that make you mad?
Oh.
It was just
I
so
didn't even
stupid.
notice
Like there was
that.
I did.
nothing.
Wow.
Like it really didn't do anything. It served no purpose.
It's just how he's
Like
most
most of this
comfortable.
movie. It's awful.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I liked how, when he's finally beating the crap out of Freeze, he kicks him over the rail or punches him over the rail. Freeze lands on all those diamonds that I would have assumed were focusing energy or something. But then they're still fine. They still work just fine. Freeze is laying on top of the diamonds, but yet they still work just fine to channel the sun.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, can I just kind of cut it here?
What do you mean?
Can I just?
You're like
can I
trying to
just,
end it?
You kind of missed the whole moral of the movie, though.
Well, yeah. There's
Okay,
a couple
alright,
more
then,
things
yeah.
we need to at least.
They kick Freeze's ass.
Revenge is a dish best of cold.
Thank you for that.
Indeed. How many more of those buttons you got?
I got a few.
Show some mercy.
I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy.
So many puns.
But then
once-
you just get thawed out and you're fine.
Yes.
Yeah, so they reheat the city.
Again, a minor inconvenience when you
Yeah.
get frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Freeze goes before they arrest him and take him off to Arkham and all that. Batman needs the cure to help cure Alfred.
How did they know that was the cure, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, where did that come from?
They talk about it. He's actually cured that disease before, so he knows how to cure it.
Oh.
My thing about that
It's
was
magically what he's carrying on him.
Well, yeah, right. They're like, we need to cure Alfred, and you know how to. So
Yeah.
you were a doctor once, so do it. So all of a sudden, he's a good guy, and he's like, oh, here, I have the cure I carried around on me all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
they did
after-
also say Batman showed him the video of Poison Ivy saying, I
Confessing.
I
Yeah.
unplugged his wife, blah, blah, blah. And so he knows he's got his wife back. He knows Batman saved his wife, whatever. And so now he can continue his research and potentially save his wife if he helps Alfred.
I
However,
thought he was dead.
Who?
No,
I
he's
thought that was the
dying.
last scene. Oh.
no.
Like, I mean, that's what I mean. I thought that was at last scene. He gave it to him as he was dying.
He was fine. He plugged it into the IV. He's good.
In the last scene,
Literally
Alfred
plugged it into
walks
the
out.
IV.
He's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he was almost dead the night before, he walks out and he's like,
Huh.
That's how IVs work.
he's solid now.
Why the fuck does this place look such a mess?
Yeah. Apparently, if you pump blue,
I'm not talking about Alfred. I was talking about Freeze.
Freeze?
Yeah. No. He was, like, dying.
Yeah, he looked-
and then as he
Man,
was
you can't
dying,
kill Arnold
he
Schwarzenegger.
handed him the shit, the blue shit.
You
It's
know those
interesting.
things?
Smurf juice.
That's because he was heating up.
Yeah, he threw a heater on him.
Oh, okay.
They had one of those.
but then the sun hit him. Like, he should have melted.
No, they had a can of that stuff that you spray on computers to dust them
Oh,
off.
and- but
They
you
held
turn
it
it
upside
upside
down,
down?
and
Yeah,
held it
yeah.
against him. He was fine.
That was
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Do a little
Nailed it.
duster on him.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
That's-
about this computer genius,
Yeah.
she can apparently make it so that these mirrors can reflect in more than one direction.
Yes, but she didn't do that originally.
No.
Like, they had to thaw those mirrors on the telescope. And that's the only way to do it. But then, there's another way to do it. And I can do it in 15 seconds.
And I can do it way better than we were going to do it before.
And the computer that happens to control those satellites just is in the same room as us.
And it's not broken. Everything else in there is destroyed, but the computer is cool. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, so I think we just about done it, but there's the last words of the movie, where after they're like, oh, we're a team now. Like
Partners?
Batman,
Partners.
Robin, Batgirl, and Alfred's alive, and everything's fucking awesome.
We're going to need a bigger cave.
And then, Alfred makes the worst fucking reference of the movie, the Jaws reference, we're going to need a bigger cave.
And they don't, because it's already huge. We've
Yeah.
established
The
that
cave
from when
is
they were
freaking
driving
enormous.
the very first scene. It's huge. Although she is gaining weight, so you might want to.
I need to widen the hallways a
You're
little bit.
missing.
Shut your
you're
fucking
missing one
mouth.
of the most asinine points of the whole movie. After Freeze is caught, and they send his ass to jail, the scene cuts to Poison Ivy in her cell, and then he has his fucking
They
suit.
gave him his suit back.
Who
Yeah.
would who would do that?
He has to live, bro.
He's a good guy now.
he was
sorta.
living without his suit in jail before.
He
So why
got
did
what he
need it
wanted.
now?
He's getting what he wanted though.
Yeah,
Like-
you get to find
like-
that cure, son.
Like Dave said, they're giving him. Bruce Wayne's going to give him the money to
He's a good guy now.
sorta.
So they totally trust him.
to fix his wife.
Even
If
though
they
he had
trust
them
him,
pump
then
a
his
blue
ass
glow
shouldn't be in
stick into
jail.
Alfred.
He shouldn't be
Smurf
in jail
juice.
then if they trust him to have the fucking suit.
I agree. I think that's retarded.
Well,
Yeah.
he's still crazy.
'Cause I feel like he could kick the doors down that suit. But, he's able to throw cops up in the air 30 feet and everything. So
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Yeah. So, what'd you guys think of this movie?
I remember liking it as a kid. But I think it's because I didn't understand
Yeah.
just how terrible it was.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
97, it wasn't bad. I was 10.
Oh, I was 13. I think I would have known better.
Yeah.
12 probably. I was 12.
Awful. This movie is
Whenever
exactly.
you said that we were doing this, Kendra and I were like, "It's not a bad movie. We watched it when we were kids. It's not bad. It's fucking horrible."
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
terrible movie.
I would say this is on par with Super Mario Brothers.
That's what I was gonna say. It's
Oh, yeah,
exactly
definitely.
tied with Super Mario Brothers for me.
it's really. It triggered my epilepsy, and I didn't think I had epilepsy. Like,
Well, I just want to know how old people felt watching this movie, like
My poor parents.
in '97. Well, the thing was it that bad back then, even for them? Like, do you think they thought it was that bad?
probably.
I don't know.
I don't think people were as critical back then.
No,
as they
I
are
don't think
now.
so. Like,
It was
the
a big
movie-
flash- flashy
Rotten
movie.
Tomatoes, They are.
Well,
Yeah,
well, that's
Rotten
what I'm
Tomatoes
saying. But
tore it apart.
But here's the thing about Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes has been around for what? Not even 10 years.
Yeah. No.
You know, so
They're comparing it to today.
they're comparing it to how they felt when they could get on the internet and talk about it.
This movie
And-
did really poorly,
Yeah.
though, in the
Not-
box office.
Not that bad, honestly.
it didn't remake its money
It
though.
did-
No,
didn't.
but they shouldn't have expected it to. I mean, $107 million is still really.
That's crazy.
So
it's
They
still a lot
spent
of money.
125
I feel like
million.
they
understand that.
always want superhero movies to remake it the money that they spend on them.
Yeah.
Right. Normally, I would agree with you.
Back then, maybe not. I mean,
but
I
Then
don't
why
really
make it?
remember the
Spawn.
one with
I think Spawn made
the
much.
Riddler and Two-Face,
that's what I'm saying.
but this one is the worst one.
I think that was Returns. Batman
No.
Returns.
That was forever.
I love the one with the
What's
Riddler with Jim Carrey, but
I'm-
I used to love anything Jim Carrey did back then.
Yeah.
The Mask. Fucking
Truman
love
Show.
The Mask. I didn't really care for the Truman Show
Well,
that
you
much.
didn't understand it then.
Oh yeah, why not? Just like Liar Liar and Yes Man. I mean, it was the same fucking movie, but stupid people paid to see it.
Truman Show is nothing like.
No,
I'm
liar,
just
liar, and
saying,
yes man.
liar.
Oh
Liar,
yeah,
Yes
no, that
Man.
was yeah.
Like it was the same fucking movie. He couldn't lie.
He wanted that paycheck twice.
He always had to say yes. It was, oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Returns was the one with the Penguin and Catwoman.
Yeah,
That was really good.
that was good.
Um,
Well, I remember it being
think-
good.
Yeah.
Maybe I should
That it was
rewatch it now
good.
and see if it's actually good.
Do
well,
you
that
wanna
was
do
the
that, though?
that was the second Michael Keaton one. I liked the Michael Keaton ones, and then Forever was Val Kilmer, and
Fuck
then
Val
the
Kilmer.
Riddler.
Fuck you. You need
Fuck
to stop
you.
talking shit about all these great fucking actors and actresses.
Anyways, all of these, like all the early Batman movies, they all had fog machines and green lights. That
Pretty
was like
much.
their main set.
And
I like
prop.
the black light
Black
stuff
lights
they throw
and
in there.
paint,
Yeah, yeah.
It-
I don't know. Yeah, it
And
was
all the
so
gangs are so over the top. Like all these little groups of people. It reminded me a lot of surf Nazis.
Yeah.
Just how, how, I don't know, just over the top, stereotypical this gang stuff was.
Also, everything is technologically advanced, but the cops drive cars from the 1940s.
Heck yeah.
yeah.
I think Gotham's always been like that, though. The cars have always been, most of the
Old
cars,
style.
but Batman's have been set
Yeah.
in the
Like
past.
Havana.
Yeah. I mean, from what I remember about Batman movies, that was always something that stood out to me.
Yeah, but I think that's, now that I look back, I think that's so stupid.
Well,
Like, I don't think that's, like,
the
I don't
whole
even think it's aesthetically
all right.
pleasing.
the whole style has always been
Batfleck.
kind of that old gangster, you know.
That was just Gotham.
Yeah.
Batfleck's going to set everything right, though, with this franchise.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm sure
jeez.
Batfleck will totally be better.
He's going to be in what, Superman versus Batman or whatever.
Right.
One thing that bothered me here,
How
Batman.
the fuck does Superman compete with Batman? Or how does Batman compete with
Well,
Superman?
that's what I'm getting at.
Jesus.
Batman in this movie mentions Superman.
Yeah.
That said, this is why Superman doesn't have a sidekick. Why didn't he just call Superman? Be like, hey, buddy, just fly over here. I know it's going to take you 30 seconons to get here.
Just need to
Set
borrow
this
your
out
laser
straight.
eyes for a
Yeah,
second.
like, just, we'll be fine.
Because Batman ain't nobody's bitch. He don't call Superman for help. Fuck that.
Just seemed like more of a headache than he needed to put up with. So, yeah. I would definitely rate this movie horribly.
Yeah,
It was
exactly
not
like Super Mario
good
Brothers.
at all.
I pretty much agree with the 11% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really fucking bad.
I did not enjoy it.
One of the critics claims that George Clooney actually held the movie together. I totally disagree. I think,
He was awful.
yeah,
he was
I don't
not
think
good.
he did anything to contribute to the quality of this movie.
No.
Well, he contributed to the quality of the movie. The horrible, absolutely atrocious quality of the movie.
I think that he was a good Bruce Wayne though because he was cool.
I wanna punch your face right now.
calm
Yeah.
And collect.
He was so bad as Batman.
I hope
Who's
he's
your
better
favorite
than
Batman?
Who's
I
my
feel-
favorite Batman?
Yes, who's your favorite
Michael
Batman?
Keaton. Easy.
I like the Christian Bale Batman, but I think it was mainly because of the writing.
I'm not a huge fan of the Christian Bale Batman.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
So, are you guys done? Anything else on this movie?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm so done.
Remember that one Batman movie where that dude died because he was a little bitch and he couldn't handle playing Joker,
Oh god.
or being an actor. Life was too hard for him.
Oh.
Got paid millions of dollars to play in a movie.
He
Anyway,
killed himself because Alicia Silverstone got fat.
I don't think that was why. I mean, let's be honest. He did a movie with Kirsten Dunst. Was it Kirsten? No, not Kirsten Dunst. What was her fucking name? 10 Things I Hate About You. What was that bitch's name in that movie?
Doesn't Cameron Diaz look like a
The one with
foot?
the haggard face.
the one with the haggard face.
Yeah, no, she was in Save the Last Dance.
Yeah,
Hunter,
don't
you
know who
know.
you're talking
Well,
about.
who was in Save the Last Dance, Hunter? I'm sure you know.
We have to wake up Josh because I don't know.
Not Save the Last. Was it Save the Last Dance?
Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles. That's the one. Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
That haggard bitch. No.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in that movie, and so was the girl from
Yeah.
Alex Mack.
You're talking about 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
I love Julia
Heath Ledger
Stiles.
is a little bitch. And I'm saying he was
Was.
talking about... Yeah, it was. He was talking about, him killing himself because of Alicia Silverstone. If he's going to kill himself because of anybody, it would have been Julia fucking Stiles and her stupid mouth.
Okay.
Disagree.
fuck
Disagree
outta here.
wholeheartedly.
Anyways, let's talk about another shit movie.
Dumb and
Dumb and Dumber 2.
It got 36.1 million.
Holy
Opening
fuck!
weekend.
Holy fuck! Was that a bad movie?
Did y'all go see it?
We did,
Yeah,
and
I
it
would
was-
rather watch Batman and Robin than Dumb and Dumber 2. It
Wow.
was so fucking
It
awful.
was terrible.
Was
That's sad. That's really
I
sad.
didn't get to go see it.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
I'm
like
serious. Don't.
I didn't see it either.
if you
Trust
could,
me, don't waste your money.
if you can see this movie for free, don't waste your fucking time.
Is it worth a highlights reel, or is
No.
it just not that bad? I mean, it's just that bad. It's not
The
even worth
highlights reel was the trailer.
it. Okay.
I'm
And I
gonna be
didn't like the
honest.
trailer.
Yeah.
I just went to see it because I didn't have anything else going on.
Yeah,
So I was like, let's go see Dumb and Dumber 2, and we went, and I really fucking regretted it.
It was pretty much the same as the first one. They redid most of the joke. They reused most of the jokes. The new jokes were terrible. The only thing that was redeeming was how hot the chick was.
Well, there was one joke that I thought was funny, and it was after a part that wasn't funny.
It was pretty bad. That one joke that was funny.
he lets a cat kill the dude's birds. Like the blind kid has a bunch of exotic birds, and he lets a cat kill him, and he has one bird left, and he tells the bird to speak to him, and the bird says, the horror, and no one in the movie theater laughed. It was the quietest the movie theater was the entire time we were there, so no one apparently understood that fucking reference. Oh, God, it was so fucking awful.
Well, we also mentioned Beyond the Lights last week. That came out. And
I don't remember what that was.
That was the Mini Driver? Is that? Yeah, I didn't
think so, yeah.
Yeah, I still have no desire to see it.
It
so
got
I'm
like
not going to.
6.2 million opening weekend, so it didn't do too well either.
And we didn't see Foxcatcher, but I'm sure we will
I
at
still
some
want to
point.
see Foxcatcher.
So next week, or this week, I guess.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games is coming out.
I will never, ever
Mockingjay
understand.
Part 1.
I will never, ever understand.
I'll probably see it just because it's...
I'll see it Friday
Sweet Girl.
afternoon because my wife's read all the
No.
books.
No, it's PSH. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, yeah.
Respect.
Is he in that?
Yeah.
Was he in part of it?
Yeah.
Before
He's
he
been on all
died?
of them.
He made the games.
Oh, I know, but
He took the happy route.
I was asking if he was available for filming or not.
No. He did,
Yeah,
at least he
I
didn't
think-
go about it like a little bitch. You know?
He went out with the party.
Yeah, he took the high road. Literally.
I think they...
He got over the fact that
Oh,
he
it's a
still
pun.
defends that.
I read
Yeah, apparently.
something... never mind. I read the books.
I read the books. I thought they were garbage.
They were just filler.
Yeah.
The entire book was filler.
The thing that the sad part is it's true. You know, she goes, you know, she joins the Hunger Games. Okay, she goes back to the Hunger Games. Then she escapes the Hunger Games, goes
Hey, no
to
spoilers.
become this rebel. Oh, okay.
No, you can spoil it. It's cool.
I basically feel like her character in the books is how Keanu Reeves acts at all times. It's just like no personality. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that happened to that person.
Like
Like
to-
that's this book.
To me, I thought the books were horrible.
Yeah.
The only reason I read all three of them is because the way that she wrote the books, it's like she wrote one long book and split it into 3 sections.
Yep.
There was no definitive end. I didn't feel like there was an
There wasn't.
end to any of the books.
The
you
first
know?
one, but
Not kind of, but I guess I don't know.
the first one.
I don't know. They were horrible.
Pop quiz hotshot. Why the fuck are you talking shit about Keanu Reeves?
Because he's a
If
horrible
Gary
actor.
Busey was
Go
here,
fuck yourself.
he would beat you in the face with a hammer.
And then
Yeah,
go
and
on
he
a-
wouldn't even know what we were
Then
talking
talk about
He'd do it
hobbits.
just
And then
because he's
monologue
crazy.
Yeah, and then he talk about hobbits for an hour.
Extraterrestrials also coming out.
So
What is that?
I watched that trailer and I had no clue how to feel about it.
Is it about extraterrestrials?
Yes, it is.
Like, what kind of alien movie are we talking?
It looks like a thriller kind of violent movie.
Is Sigourney
like they're-
Weaver in it?
No,
Thank
like they're
fucking God.
attacking us, and it's like more recently all alien movies they've looked like really different from each other, right?
Yeah,
Is it just
But-
me or does the movie poster look just like Independence Day?
it does. It's
Except
exactly
it's
like
not.
Independence
It's not
Day.
the White House at the bottom. Some little farm thing.
Yeah.
But
The aliens look exactly like the South Park aliens,
Nice.
Oh, those are my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Like Signs, like the Signs aliens.
sort of, but with the bigger,
damn, those are
bigger
creepy
heads,
fucking aliens.
like the really traditional
Okay.
alien.
So they were
form.
Independence Day aliens with South Park or Signs bodies.
It's creepy.
I don't know. I don't understand what's happening,
Well,
and I don't know how to
do
feel
you-
about it.
They were just invading. Is that what's going on in this movie?
I guess it was just like really fucking busy,
Yeah.
and like there was a lot. It was just really loud noises all the time.
I love alien movies, so I will most likely watch it.
E.T.
Yeah, I loved E.T.
All right.
Drew Barrymore. Whoo!
Oh
Tight little
no,
ass.
she was like 2.
Shut your fucking mouth.
So
she was at least 4.
I guess that's about it for movies for next week.
Yeah, I don't.
What is A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night?
I have no
Yeah,
idea. But it's
I
coming
I
out.
got nothing.
Sounds
on
like
that.
I've never heard of
something
that.
fucking Zane writes. Girl walks home at night asking to be raped.
Oh no, no.
Yeah,
That's
asking.
not true, Chad.
She's
Tumblr's
asking
gonna
for
hear.
it.
Tumblr's gonna have something
You know
to say
what?
about
Please
this.
fucking do. I'm so sick of these goddamn feminists. Like, I want to put them. I just want them to die. And I hope they all get AIDS. I hope they all get fucking AIDS and die. After the whole shit that they pulled with the fucking comet landing and that guy wearing that fucking shirt, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, making him like
Oh
cry.
my God, he
'cause
fucking
was
cried.
Wearing, like,
Apparently, the story behind that, it was a designer, a friend of his, who's a woman, is a designer, and she designed that shirt. And he was wearing it, you know, to promote her brand or whatever, because he knew that he was going to be on TV and shit like that. But apparently the feminists went fucking mad hard on this guy. And, you know, they made him fucking cry, you know, saying that he was against women. He's like, I'm just wearing a shirt, you know? Like, goddamn, get off my fucking dick.
Just wearing a shirt.
And not to mention, these
how I feel
feminists,
about it.
these
Oh, no, we're
fucking
not gonna get
feminists
into a
are
rant.
getting out of fucking control. That fuck hate video with the fucking little
Oh my
girls
gosh, that was
cussing.
ridiculous.
that was weird.
No, that was unfucking called for. Who the fuck lets their kids do that? I'm sorry, you're out of your goddamn
How many times
mind.
have you said "fuck" this last 3
Doesn't
minutes?
matter.
He's
I'm
not. He's not a
fucking
kindergartner.
6.
Yeah.
That's true.
God, I get so fucking angry about that. Like, if I saw a woman holding a feminist sign, I would hit her with my car,
When someone
and I'd get out and throw 77 cents at her.
when I see the words
And you take $1 out of her wallet.
when I see
No
the
balls.
word stair rape, I get upset.
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna
God.
lie.
Patriarchy.
Yeah, fucking rape culture.
Yeah.
We should be able to dress how
Thanks
we
a lot,
want.
Obama.
We should be able to dress how we want.
Do you know anything about this movie, Hunter? A Girl Walks Home
Which
Alone
one?
at Night.
No.
It's not by Zane.
But
He
again,
doesn't
you
know.
could probably wake up Josh, and he could probably tell you all about it.
Josh left. Josh just got up like
Yeah, he was
30 or 40 minutes ago. Like 5 minutes after we started, Josh just got up and walked out.
just bounced.
Haven't seen him since. We didn't know he was like going to the
He
bathroom.
probably
or-
went to go watch
I thought
the
he had
Nicholas
piss.
Sparks movie.
So, I think we're about to wrap this up, but before we go, the question is, if you
40 dead
could,
unicorns.
if you could program like one thing, like an idea, like a feeling, anything into the Matrix and have it loaded into your head, what would that be?
Like any scenario that you would want
Yeah,
to like
like a-
live out. So for me, I was thinking about this earlier. I would want to program me, you know, having lived an Amish life
Oh.
and coming up on Rumspringa, so I could experience Rumspringa as the Amish witnessed it in all its fucking glory and just go fucking shit nuts. Sex nuts and retard strong. I think that would be the way to describe it. Like, that's the scenario that I would program for myself.
Not sure you have a good grasp of the Amish culture.
No, isn't that what they do? I think I saw that or read it somewhere.
You go retard strong.
Yeah,
They go-
sex nuts and
they just
retard
go-
strong.
The guy
They go
who
buck wild.
spends all day, every day on a computer eating fast food is going to live an Amish life
why-
just for 1 week where he
no,
goes crazy.
No. I'm not living this life. I'm not living this life.
You just said I
no,
want to
no,
live
no.
that life so I
Live the
have
life.
that
God
week.
damn it! Do you not know how the fucking Matrix works?
Seriously.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Program the feeling of the life and then the feeling of Rumspringa afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to live that life. I just want to.
Basically, he's
I
got
want
the
to
memory
feel
of
like I
it.
lived that
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this is that part in Good Will Hunting where he has to explain everything to that
Yeah.
dude. 'cause
This is
he's
fucking.
retarded.
This is Matrix 101.
I'm
God
sorry. Okay,
damn
I
it.
think I get it. I think I get it.
Keanu was here, he'd fucking slap
I
the
know
shit
Keanu.
out
If
of me.
All
Keanu
right.
was here, he wouldn't know how to act.
Pop quiz hot
He
He
would
shot.
would
doesn't.
act sad.
What's a better fucking answer than that?
I don't know. Give me a minute. Come back to me.
Okay, I had a matter of clarification. Can it be something that, you know, some knowledge that has been put in our head, or
Like pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Like just
experience?
knowledge, an idea, an experience, whatever you want.
Well,
that's
I'm gonna
kind of
need
the
a
point.
minute to formulate my opinion.
about
on
you,
that
Hunter?
Is that it's an abstract? You can choose an abstract, like the feeling of
Like any
Rumspringa.
capability of the Matrix.
Right.
What about you, Hunter?
Can be given to me.
Royalty. I would be royalty.
Seriously?
No, he just really likes that Lord
Well-
song. He wants to listen to it all the time.
He can
So
never
you want to be
royal.
like Ethiopian royalty? You want to
Bitch,
get
I want to be
you want to
king
get an extra biscuit
of
every
England.
month?
I want to be king of England, bitch.
It's not living off a quarter a day. It's 50 cents.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it means to be royalty in Ethiopia. Fuck, I don't even know. I think quarter a day is the royalty. 10 cent a day is the norm.
When?
Yeah, what
When?
time period are we talking, Hunter?
Very important.
Damn, that's a good question.
Because
I
it
would
really
say
doesn't mean shit now.
1540s. You know, when I
That's
could behead
very
wives.
specific.
Okay,
specific.
explain.
When you had what? Say that again.
When I could behead wives and nobody fucking questioned
I'm
me.
pretty
and I
Why
could
that
shut my
decade
mouth.
though?
hold
Like,
on
why
a
did you go straight to 1540?
That's a specific reference.
Are you talking about the Anglican Church?
Yeah, I'm talking about I could do my own church.
But I'm sorry.
I could just be like,
If
fuck you, Pope.
you're the king, why do you ever have to explain shit to anyone? Any time period.
Because the church
Touche,
the
sir.
church was more powerful than most royalty at that point.
The
This
church
is-
was more
this is a
powerful
really
than
serious-
all royalty at that point.
Wow.
This is a serious conversation now.
But then you just say, fuck you.
The Pope
I'm just
was
gonna
more-
start my own church.
Right, the Pope was more powerful
Well-
than any king until
They were more powerful to the point where they could excommunicate, and they did control their own armies and such. But I mean, the king.
No,
Power
not
is
just
an-
that,
power is
not
an
just that.
abstract.
You have to think. If the Pope says to a country, "You're done. I'm done with you," then all the other countries that follow the Pope will attack that country, and then your monarchy's doomed.
so
No,
that's
not
why
meh.
no, it was a huge deal when England decided that they were making their own church.
What about you, Zach? Matrix wise.
I have a hard time like beating Rumspringa.
I got it.
Okay, yeah, if you got one, if you can beat Rumspringa, do it.
I want to be able to sneeze and come at will at the same time. I imagine that would feel fantastic.
That is
I
the
still don't
dumbest.
think you understand the Matrix.
That is the dumbest fucking
Why?
answer I've
Have
ever
you
heard.
seen
Why?
that movie?
Yeah. Sneeze come. Be great.
That is, no.
That's what I want.
Even come close to beating Rumspringa.
It feels really good when you sneeze and
No.
you come.
No.
Combine them.
No.
Do them both at the same time. That's what I want.
Yeah, I thought you were
So-
gonna say shit and come at the same time, which I'm pretty sure you probably do all the time because there's always something going in your asshole as you're coming.
That's the opposite of shitting. It's stuff coming out.
It's not the opposite. It's still that same feeling. Probably it's pretty similar.
I'll show you later.
Dudes can pull out as
I'll ask you later.
you know. Just saying.
We'll get into it.
I get it.
Can I have the Matrix erase something?
Uh-oh.
Sure.
It's about
I
to
mean,
get
you
deep.
can, but do you really want to?
I do.
This
I
movie
wanted
erased
to.
Batman and Robin?
No,
That
I wanted
thing
to
with
erase
DC?
Point Break so I can watch it for the first time again.
I could get behind that. Wouldn't you rather be in Point Break?
Oh, I would love to be in Point Break.
Like, what do you think about that? Like,
I don't
would
know.
you rather rewatch it, or would
this
you
is-
rather hang out with Busey and Swayze?
This
and
is another one of those
Reeves?
LeVar Burton situations, you know? Like, I
Can't
want a
disappoint a
picture
picture,
because
yeah.
you can't disappoint a picture.
Yeah.
So I just want to watch Point Break again for the first time.
What about you, Dave? Anything to beat Sneeze coming?
That's right.
Oh, gosh.
Everything
Apparently-
Sneeze
everything
coming.
beats
Apparently,
that.
that's the standard.
I can't pinpoint anything right now, but I feel like I would want to live in a Matrix world where something didn't happen. Like, just
Years
see-
19 through 22 of Lindsay Lohan's life.
Like,
Just
Okay,
like
okay.
erase all that. She's back to hot. We're good.
I'm pretty sure it started
Mean
like
Girls.
16
well,
for her.
because we can't go an episode without talking about World War II and Adolf Hitler.
Oh no.
Do you want to live in a world where Hitler won the war?
No.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
just
think so.
curious. I feel like Josh.
That'd be like that one.
Josh would have went with that and wouldn't give it an explanation.
But he disappeared, so.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't pinpoint one specific thing that I'd be like, the Matrix should not have that. But yeah, that's probably the route I would go.
What do you think would have happened if Napoleon would have been exiled?
He'd still be short.
I'm just curious. I mean, it didn't,
Are we really going
He
into
would've tried to
history
take over
in
England
this
again.
episode?
Yeah, in the long run, I don't think it
He
made.
would have tried to take over England
Or he would have
again.
taken another
he already
run at
had
Russia.
Spain.
Yeah.
Crashed
I don't
and
know.
burned again.
I don't think he would have
he
tried
learned-
Russia.
I-
Russia destroyed
yeah,
him.
I think he learned his lesson with Russia. He wasn't going back there.
Yeah.
Like that. That's
What
kinda
would have
like
happened
what
if
I
Hitler
heard.
would have won the war?
I feel like I probably shouldn't even go into answering these questions.
Yeah.
What
It's,
would've-
but
Dangerous
it's
line of
the same
question.
situation. historically speaking, since we're going into this, it's the same situation because everyone who spreads himself thin like that, they lose.
Why are you rolling your eyes?
Because this is the dumbest, most boring conversation we
Exactly.
have ever
Why are we
had
doing
on this podcast.
Why are we doing this?
I don't know. We're not history. Fuck it.
Anyways.
So
That's a really stupid statement, but okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Point Break would have never been made.
That's
And
what I'm talking
that would
about.
be bad.
Brilliant. So next week,
Star Wars would have been really different. You know, all the bad guys, the Nazis.
Yes.
That would have been weird. Anyway, go ahead. Next week, what are we watching next week?
What are we watching next week?
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea. Motherfucking shark ate me. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to this one. It'll be better than Batman.
I
It has-
am.
It has LL Cool J and Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And isn't Queen Latifah in it too? I don't remember if she's in it.
She was in.
Is
I
that
don't
a
think
plus?
so. She was in Sphere, right? But
I don't fucking know.
she was in Sphere, but I don't think she was in this. We'll see. We'll see.
Do you know how you say Point Break in German?
How?
Point Break.
I don't believe you.
It would have been the exact same.
They wouldn't have made the movie if they wouldn't have been allowed to,
Disagree.
Why wouldn't they have been allowed to?
because art was different. It wouldn't have been approved by Goebbels.
God.
Anything else before we go?
No, I think that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
I think we're
All
good.
right.
I think
We should-
everyone's had
we
their
should stop
history,
this
their
now.
alternate history lessons for the day.
We
That.
That would be Hunter translating Point Break into German for us.
Thank you, Hunter.
Gosh. Join in. Let us hear from you guys. We're over at gooseright.com. We're also at facebook.com/gooseright, youtube.com/gooseright.
/user/Goose Riot.
Oh, yeah. Twitter.com
/Goose Riot.
And,
Instagram.com/Goose Riot.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. Reddit.
farmersmeat.com.
Reddit.com/r/Goose Riot. Farmersmeat.com? No.
Find us where you find podcasts.
I feel like you should go to farmersmeat.com if you enjoy going to lemonparty.org.
Who doesn't?
I don't.
Anyway,
I do.
we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, let's do this.
Peace.